Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that can change your financial future. Saving $1,000 a month. Now, I know what you're thinking. $1,000? That's impossible. But trust me, it's more achievable than you might think. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and ready to take control of your finances, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 simple steps that you can start using today to put an extra $1,000 a month back in your pocket. All right, let's be real for a second. Nobody likes budgeting. It's one of those tasks that feels like a chore, something we know we should do but often put off. It feels restrictive, it's time-consuming, and honestly, it kind of sucks. But here's the kicker. It's also one of the most important things you can do for your financial health. But here's the thing, you absolutely, positively cannot achieve your financial goals without knowing where your money's going. It's like trying to lose weight without knowing how many calories you're consuming. It's like trying to drive across the country without a map. You might have a general idea of where you want to go, but without a clear route, you're bound to get lost. You might eventually get there, but it's going to take you way longer, and you're going to get lost along the way. And let's be honest, who has time for that? That's where budgeting comes in. It's your financial roadmap, guiding you to your destination with as few detours as possible. By tracking every dollar you spend, you gain a crystal clear understanding of your spending habits. This isn't just about cutting costs, it's about making informed decisions. You'll be able to see exactly where your money is going, and trust me, you might be surprised by what you find. Those little expenses add up quickly. Maybe you're spending way more on eating out than you thought, or perhaps those daily coffee runs are costing you a small fortune, or those little subscription services are adding up more than you realized. It's easy to lose track of these small recurring expenses. Once you have a handle on your spending, you can start setting realistic limits for each category. This is where the magic happens. And the key here is realistic. If you set your limits too low, you're setting yourself up for failure. Be honest with yourself about what you can and can't cut back on. Don't try to cut out everything fun all at once. Allow yourself some room for enjoyment. Budgeting isn't about punishment, it's about balance. Start small and gradually adjust your budget over time. It's a process. And it's okay to make changes as you go along. Remember, this isn't about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices with your money. It's about prioritizing what's truly important to you. Now, I know what you're thinking, Graham. Tracking every single dollar sounds like a total pain. And you're right, it can be. But the benefits far outweigh the inconvenience. And you're right, it can be. But luckily, we live in the age of technology. And there are tons of apps out there that can do the heavy lifting for you. Personally, I use Mint. But there are a ton of other great options out there, like Personal Capital, which offers a comprehensive view of your finances. But there are a ton of other great options out there, like Personal Capital, which offers a comprehensive view of your finances, and YNAB, You Need a Budget, which is fantastic for hands-on budgeting. YNAB, You Need a Budget, which is fantastic for hands-on budgeting. And even just a simple spreadsheet can do the trick if you prefer a more manual approach. And even just a simple spreadsheet can do the trick. The important thing is to find a system that works for you and stick with it. Consistency is key. The important thing is to find a system that works for you and stick with it. Consistency is key. Over time, you'll find that tracking your spending becomes second nature. Trust me, the feeling of knowing exactly where your money is going and having a plan for it is incredibly empowering. It's like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. It's the first step towards taking control of your finances and finally achieving your financial goals. So start today, track every dollar, and watch how your financial life transforms. Now that you've got a budget in place and you're tracking your spending, it's time to start cutting back on those unnecessary expenses. This is where the real magic happens in your financial journey. And trust me, we all have them. It's those little things that sneak up on us and drain our wallets without us even realizing it. It's not about being cheap. It's about being smart with your money and redirecting it towards things that truly matter to you. Imagine the freedom of having extra cash to spend on experiences that bring you joy and fulfillment. One of the biggest budget busters out there is dining out. Those restaurant bills can be shockingly high, especially when you add in tips and taxes. I get it. Eating out is fun, it's convenient, and sometimes you just don't feel like cooking. After a long day, the last thing you want to do is spend time in the kitchen. But those restaurant meals can really add up over time. A meal here, a snack there, and before you know it, a significant chunk of your budget is gone. Instead of eating out every day, try cooking at home more often. Not only will you save money, but you'll also have control over the ingredients and portion sizes. It's healthier, it's usually cheaper, and it can even be a fun activity to do with family or friends. Cooking together can create lasting memories and strengthen bonds. Another area where people tend to overspend is on subscriptions. These recurring charges can quietly drain your bank account month after month. Think about it. How many streaming services are you subscribed to? Do you really need all of them? Often we sign up for multiple services and forget to cancel the ones we no longer use. Do you really need all of them? Take a moment to evaluate which ones you actually use and enjoy. And what about those gym memberships you're paying for but never use? It's easy to sign up with good intentions, but if you're not going, it's just wasted money. Take some time to go through your bank statements and identify any subscriptions you can live without. This simple step can reveal hidden expenses you might have overlooked. You might be surprised at how much money you can save each month just by canceling a few things. That extra cash can be redirected towards your financial goals. And then there are those impulse purchases. These are the unplanned buys that can quickly add up and derail your budget. You know, the ones you make on a whim without really thinking about it. Like that candy bar at the checkout counter or that new gadget you saw advertised on Instagram. Like that candy bar at the checkout counter or that new gadget you saw advertised on Instagram. These small, seemingly harmless purchases can accumulate and take a toll on your finances. These little purchases might not seem like a big deal at the time, but they can really add up over time. A few dollars here and there can turn into hundreds over the course of a year. To avoid impulse purchases, try implementing a 24-hour rule. This gives you time to think about whether you really need the item or if it's just a fleeting desire. If you see something you want to buy, wait 24 hours before you actually buy it. This simple delay can help you make more thoughtful decisions. Chances are, after a day, you'll realize you didn't really need it after all. This practice can save you from many unnecessary purchases. Remember, cutting back on unnecessary expenses isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being mindful of your spending and making conscious choices with your money. It's about prioritizing what truly matters to you. By cutting back in some areas, you'll free up more cash to put towards your financial goals, whether that's saving for a down payment on a house, investing for retirement, or just having some extra peace of mind. Every dollar saved brings you one step closer to financial freedom and security. Chapter 3. Make more money. Alright, so we've talked about budgeting and cutting expenses, but let's be honest, saving money is only half the equation. While it's crucial to manage your spending, it's equally important to focus on increasing your income. After all, the more you earn, the more you can save and invest for the future. The other half, and arguably the more exciting half, is making more money. This can open up new opportunities and provide a sense of financial security that simply cutting costs can't achieve. And the good news is there are tons of ways to do it. From traditional methods to more modern approaches, the possibilities are endless. One option is to ask for a raise at your current job. This can be a straightforward way to boost your income without having to change your routine too much. If you've been consistently exceeding expectations and adding value to your company, don't be afraid to ask for what you're worth. It's important to recognize your contributions and ensure you're compensated fairly. Do your research, come prepared with specific examples of your accomplishments, and be confident in your request. Preparation is key to making a compelling case for a raise. The worst they can say is no, and you never know. You might just be surprised by their answer. Even if the answer is no, it can open up a dialogue about what you need to do to earn that raise in the future. If a raise isn't an option right now, or if you're just looking for a change of pace, you could consider starting a side hustle. This can be a great way to explore new interests and diversify your income streams. The gig economy is booming, and there are endless possibilities for making extra money on the side. From driving for ride-sharing services to offering freelance skills, the options are vast. Whether you're passionate about writing, photography, web design, or anything else, there's a good chance you can turn your skills into a profitable side hustle. This not only brings in extra income, but also allows you to do something you love. And of course, there's always the option of finding a higher-paying job. Sometimes, the best way to increase your income is to seek new opportunities that offer better compensation. I know job hunting can be a pain, but it's often the quickest and most effective way to significantly increase your income. It can also provide a fresh start and new challenges. Update your resume, polish up your LinkedIn profile, and start networking. Building a strong, professional network can open doors to opportunities you might not have considered. You never know what opportunities might be out there. Sometimes the perfect job is just a connection or a click away. Now, I know what you're thinking, Graham. All of this sounds like a lot of work. And you're right, it does take effort to increase your income. But remember, nothing worth having comes easy. And you're right, it does take effort to increase your income. But the effort you put in now can pay off significantly in the long run. But here's the thing, the rewards are well worth it. The satisfaction of seeing your hard work translate into financial growth is incredibly fulfilling. Imagine the feeling of finally having enough money to cover your expenses, reach your financial goals, and live life on your own terms. Financial freedom can bring peace of mind and the ability to enjoy life more fully. That's what it's all about. It's about creating a life where you have the financial stability to pursue your dreams and enjoy the journey along the way. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more financial advice. Remember, saving $1,000 a month is totally achievable. It just takes a little planning, discipline, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Let us know in the comments how you plan to save $1,000 a month. What are some of your financial goals? I'm excited to see what you achieve.